Today I created this very intense smoky winged liner look, but it was pretty easy to do because I did do the tape method. For my palette today, I did use the Sigma Beauty and the Beast palette, and I used a lot of these neutral shades right up here, but you could definitely use any neutral palette that you have. So if you want to see how I got this eye look, go ahead and keep on watching. In my last video with the Sigma Beauty and the Beast palette, I told you guys I wanted to do a glam look with these first 6 shades, so that's exactly what I'm gonna do today. I think I want to do more of like a smoky wing today with a lot of layering of the shadows, so I'm going to start with some Scotch tape. I like to rip off a pretty big piece and place that on the back of my hand just to get some of the stickiness off of it, and then I'm going to line this up on my eye following my lower lash line. When you lay on the tape, you want to make sure your eye is relaxed. You can kind of see where that angle is going to be for your liner. And there is some of my lower lash line peeking through right here, which I think looks really good for my eye shape since my eyes are slightly hooded. So I'm going to start with a fluffy crease brush in the shade Cogsworth, and this is a rephr 15 brush. And I'm going to lightly dust that throughout my entire crease. And I'm starting with a little bit of shadow because I can always add more later. But like I said, I think I want the focus of the shadow to be on the wing, not necessarily the eyelid. I am picking up more shadow. My skin and my eyelids are just kind of feeling extra dry today, so you might be seeing some dry patches on my eyelid. Now I'm going to pick up Bookworm on that same brush, and I'm using that to deepen up the crease even more. And I'm bringing the shadow all the way out to the tape right here, and I'm also kind of following the angle of my brow. I am going to dip into my eyeshadow palette and take the shade Bare. This is just my go-to blending shade, so I'm going to use that to soften out the edges, kind of right under my brow and right in this inner crease area. I know that Sigma's Black Friday deal is still going on, and again, my palette is part of that 40% off deal, but I don't think the Beauty and the Beast palette is, just because it's pretty new from the brand. So I'm liking how the crease is looking. I just kind of wanted a softer wash of brown all throughout the crease. Now to start the wing, you're going to want some kind of a creamy black pencil or even like a cream gel liner. I'm using this one by Haus Labs. It's the Gel Kohl Liner in Punk. This is my favorite black liner ever, and I believe they are discontinuing it for the past like year or so, but I believe it's still available on Amazon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a small little line just following that tape, and then I'll use a brush to start to smudge out the liner. And you don't need to draw a really big line at first, just something small because we are going to do a lot of smudging, which is going to move around the liner. I'm going to take this short smudgy angle brush. We're going to start to maneuver around this black. This brush I'm using is from the new BK Beauty and Nikki LaRose set. At first I didn't think I liked this angle brush, but I think this is going to work great for this makeup look because it's pretty large. Now I'm going to take a really small pencil brush. This is a rephr 03 in the shade Forbidden, and I'm going to kind of smudge that right on top of the liner. And as you can see, I am going a little bit on the outer part of my top lash line. Now I'm going to go back to Cogsworth on that same pencil brush, and again I'm smudging right on top of the liner. So as you smudge, the liner is going to get bigger and bigger, which is why you only need to draw a really small line to start with. Whenever I use this palette, I cannot stop singing Beauty and the Beast songs. Like, I just have to when I use this palette. Okay, this is looking dark and it's smoky. Looking good here. Now I'm going to take Be Our Guest on a flat lid brush. This is a rephr 02. And I'm going to try to go around the wing, but I'm going to place this kind of right in this inner blank part of my lid. I love the shade for the lid. It is so pretty. Now I'm gonna pick up Winter's Night on the same brush. I'm gonna use that to kind of brighten this very inner part of my lid. I'm just gonna go back to that crease brush I started with and blend around the shimmers in my crease. But again, making sure I'm not touching the liner. Now it is time for the moment of truth. You're gonna gently peel off the tape. Yeah, that's nice. And you can see I did some of my foundation before, but this is gonna be really easy to touch up since I didn't set my face at all. So I'll just take like my concealer brush and kind of tap over where that tape was. And then I'll apply my under eye concealer as normal, but again, try your best not to touch this liner at all. And then the great part about this liner is that when my face is relaxed, you still see a nice clean wing, even though there is some skin hanging over right there. It's no big deal. I still feel like it looks really good. I went ahead and did my under eye concealer off camera. Now let's do the lower lash line. I'm gonna go back to that tiny pencil brush in the deepest shade Forbidden, and I'm gonna run that across my entire lower lash line. Now I'm going to take a really small blending brush. This is a rephr 13 in More Bookworm, and I'm going to use that to blend on the lower lash line. Then I'm going to go back to that really light shade Bare from my palette and just use that to soften things out even further. And I'm not touching this wing at all because I want to keep that line nice and sharp. Now I'm going to bring that black pencil liner into my waterline. And then I'm going to add a little inner corner detail with my NYX Epic Ink liner. And then I'm just going to draw a very small line on my inner lash line since there's no black liner right there. Just something really, really thin like that. Now I'm going to take that really light Winter's Night shimmery shade and pop that in my inner corner, kind of around the little black detail I just made, and then also bringing that shade right under my brow. I went ahead and finished up my eyes with some mascara and lashes, and for my lashes, I'm wearing the Bright Lashes Half Lash in Flutter. I love how this lash looks with the wing, especially this kind of smokier wing. I think it's so pretty. And don't forget that my Bright Lashes Black Friday sale is still going on, where all of my lashes are $9. And here's the final close-up of this eye look. I went ahead and finished up my makeup look, and on my lips I'm wearing my Charlotte Tilbury lip liner in Iconic Nude with the Makeup by Mario lipstick in the shade Erin. I love this nude color. And then I topped off my lips with the Makeup by Mario lip plumping serum in Nude Glow, of course. I just love how these eyes turned out. They are so sultry and sexy with the winged liner. If you do try to recreate this look, I definitely recommend doing the tape method like I did and get some small brushes since you are working in smaller areas under your eyes. But I also feel like this look would be great for people with hooded eyes since there is more focus on the lower lash line and not so much on the lid. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.